Cedric Soares of Arsenal is set to potentially leave the summer and could be on his way to join former teammate Mesut Ozil in Turkey at Fenerbahce. It's an old team at Fenerbahce, but it's a good team and a team that could definitely use an upgrade at right back, and Cedric could be the man to do so for them on a fairly cheap transfer this summer, only a year after he joined Arsenal permanently. I'll give it off to Lane here to give his thoughts on a potential move of Cedric from Arsenal to join former teammate Mesut Ozil in Fenerbahce.
Well, I find this transfer very interesting for Arsenal and for Cedric. Obviously, joining only a year ago, he is up there in age, at the age of 29 now. Portuguese international, only played 10 games last year in the Premier League for Arsenal. Most of those coming down the stretch last year when they needed that help. But this year, only having Hector Bellerin at Cedric at right back causes some concern for me. Having Cedric talk to leave right now and Arteta wanting him out of the squad more than likely. Also having Hector Bellerin talks to leave to likes of Inter Milan right now. I don't know who they're going to run at right back. It sounds like maybe Nuno Tavares would be the shout there because you have nobody else there without a right back. But Cedric to Fenerbahce would be probably a pretty good transfer for Cedric to get out of Arsenal because no one wants to be at Arsenal. But that would be a good also a transfer for Fenerbahce because they currently do not have a quality right back at the club like a Cedric if they want to push for Champions League football or Europa League football like they should be at a big giant in Turkish football.
Yeah, certainly. I think it would be a good upgrade for Fenerbahce and would certainly help their push towards dominance in Turkey. But as you mentioned, it's a bit of an interesting scenario for Arsenal where Hector Bellerin and Cedric, both of the right backs, are currently rumored to be leaving the club within the next couple of weeks. And yet they've brought in a fullback this summer, and as you mentioned, it was Nuno Tavares at left back. They have not brought in anyone at right back. Worst case scenario, they could bring in Maitland-Niles to play at right back, but there's no given he is going to be at the club come the start of the season. And so Arsenal are really in a weird spot right now as far as who their right back could be. But I think for Fenerbahce, it'd be a very good signing. Any signing of Cedric probably isn't going to be much more than 5 million, if that. So it'd be a very good deal. As you mentioned, it is somewhat a bit on the older side, but 29, turning 30 in August, he still has several good years of football ahead of him. He's very sound defensively. There have many good years in the Premier League, and I'm sure it would translate well to the Turkish league. I think he could do very well over there.
Yeah, exactly. I think he'd be a great signing for Fenerbahce. Obviously, Arsenal in a tricky spot right now, not really intrigued in having Cedric being their starting right back. Obviously, Hector Bellerin doesn't look like he's going to be their starter anymore, with talks about Inter Milan and other teams in for him. And then you have Nuno Tavares, who is obviously a left back, but I don't think he can play the greatest at right back. But they might have to deploy him there. And like you said, Maitland Niles, if need be, can play there. But now he has been mostly shifted as a defensive midfielder or a central midfielder, but he can play at right wing back, and obviously right back is not a great position for him because defensively he is abysmal and leaks more holes than you wouldn't believe. But it's going to be very interesting to see what happens at right back for Arsenal this season.
Certainly, there's a lot of questions for Arsenal at that right back position. It definitely would make sense for Cedric to leave to get some game time to join former teammate Mesut Ozil in Turkey. Let us know what you guys think about what Arsenal could end up with as their right back situation as they move closer, less than 2 weeks away to the Premier League season. And let us know what you think Cedric could do in terms of a benefit for Fenerbahce. Of course, joining Mesut Ozil as his former teammate makes this deal certainly a lot more likely for a Premier League player moving to Turkey. With that being said, if you guys did enjoy the video, feel free to leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new, as we will be continuing to keep you up to date on all of the transfer news through the summer and continuing to give our thoughts on different Premier League teams through season previews. All 20 teams will be covered before the start of the season. With that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We will see you guys in the next one.